I am not confused at how many teenagers you're out there watching this channel, you're lighting it up, asking questions, commenting all the time. I'm a teenager, 13, 15, 18. What can I do to get in the game of real estate right now? And today I'm gonna share the 5 things that you should be doing as a teenager so that you can successfully invest in real estate in your teens.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! I'm turning dreams into reality. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
A beautiful day in the neighborhood. If you want all the real estate, like the more homes you own, the better day it is. And frankly, I'm so proud we have so many teenagers all across the world reaching out on my channel saying, Kris, will you teach me as a teenager how to invest in real estate? And I want to tell you, I have helped several teenagers get in the game super early. In fact, I've got a 15-year-old business partner that met me through YouTube. Today, we're talking about how to get started in real estate as a teenager. And I want you to know right now, if you're a teenager and you're watching this channel and you're subscribed and you're interacting and it's because you want to know how to get in the game of real estate, how to get in the game of business, if you're interested in a mentor, I want you to know that I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
This is something I did not have when I was young, so I'm going to help you. Uncle Kris is going to help you get started in the game of real estate with the 5 things you have to know. But first, some of you have got to be asking, why make a video for teenagers? Well, let me tell you something. I've got teenagers and I'm teaching them about this. I'm teaching them about money. I'm teaching them about being responsible. I'm teaching them, today we're going to talk about credit. Today we're going to talk about a different approach to building wealth that gives you flexibility, mobility, gives you time back in your life. And if you play your cards right, this is going to be the perfect way for you to launch yourself so that by the time you're in your 20s or 30s, you're way further ahead than your parents or people in their 50s and 60s. You know, I mentioned my 15-year-old business partner. This is Jack Dougherty. Some of you might know him. He's got a super fun YouTube channel. I remember when Jack reached out to me and he said, Kris, I want to be that teenager that becomes a millionaire in real estate. Will you help me? Jack came out to my house. We played. We had fun. And then I started teaching him the game of real estate. And I started teaching him the lessons that I'm going to be sharing with you today for the first time. There's no other video out of 1,000 videos on my channel. I have not made one for teenagers. So guess what? It's all going down right now. Everyone needs a financial mentor, not a financial coach. You see, a coach understands the theory of making money. A mentor has all of the financial results that you hope to achieve in your life. Today, I'm going to be your mentor. I've bought thousands of homes. And if I could time machine back to the beginning.
It's a time machine, Napoleon. You bought it online.
And share with myself as a young teenager what I wish I had known as a 13-year-old, I'm going to give that to you right now. And it starts with time. You might think that real estate is about providing value, real estate, houses, making money, but it's not. It's actually about helping you get more time in your life. You'll find out as you get older that time is your most valuable asset. See, most people will go and get good grades and get a college degree, and they're going to work a job for the next 40 years. And the reason why they're doing that is it's just to pay the bills and kind of stay a little bit ahead of things, maybe set a little bit of money aside. But you are so young that you can capitalize on something that they can't and they'll never get back. Time. So we need to use it wisely so that it can also help you understand this advantage. When it comes to investing, time works to your advantage. The price of real estate steadily increases over time, so starting sooner allows you to buy real estate for less and make more money on your revenue. For example, there's 2 predominant things here that comes from lending home. It's how to start investing in real estate when you're young. I like this. It says, one reason to invest in real estate when you're young is that it gives you the option to hold real estate longer. And real estate, the longer you hold it, it keeps going up in value. You see this? This is a stack of Benjamins. And every year that I own these, they go down in value about 3%. Real estate, on the other hand, goes up 4.5+% year over year over year on average. So money goes down in value, real estate goes up. The more real estate you hold, especially when you're young and you own it, the better off you're gonna be as time passes. They go on to actually say that property owners gain equity in two different ways. Equity means how much of the home you actually own versus how much you actually owe. And the first way it says is that property appreciates in value. We just talked about that. But there's a second way that you gain equity. Every month that you own that property, maybe it's rented out, every time that payment gets made, the loan balance or the money owed to the bank gets lower and lower and lower, which means that as you hold real estate, on the one hand, it goes up in value and what you owe goes down and it increases that equity. The more time you have, the better off you are. You know you have another asset as a teenager that you may not be aware of, and it looks like this. This is supposed to represent flexibility. Flexibility is the word of the day. This comes directly from Lending Home Again, and it adds that beyond flexibility with free time, young adults also tend to have more flexible budgets. It means that when you make money, you don't have to pay a mortgage, you don't have to pay bills, you don't have to pay the electrical bill, you don't have to feed kids. Right now, you got all this money and you can spend it any way you want. I'm gonna share with you exactly how I spent it as a teenager, and I think exactly what you should do. But they also go on to say that you can put more of your paycheck towards real estate investing. You might not be buying a home this moment, but you're setting money aside. Because guess what adults are doing that want to get in real estate? They're working and they're putting money aside. You have more money to put aside than adults, believe it or not. And lastly, it says, you're also able to learn the skills of real estate when you're young, because guess what? Learning something new when you're young is frankly a lot easier than teaching what you've heard an old dog new tricks.
Oh no!
You're young, you're moldable. I'm gonna tell you the knowledge that you gotta focus on that'll make real estate easy for you versus some of these old people where they're biting their nails and they're nervous and they're scared, and it's because they've aged. There are 5 things that you need to do right now to prepare to get in the game of real estate. And the very first one is this: read. Now, am I talking about these kind of books? Chronicles of Narnia, one of my favorite series. How to Kill a Mockingbird. Did not like this book. Has a good lesson. It was required. The Last Unicorn, blah, blah. The Giving Tree, one of my absolute favorite books. No, I'm not talking about these books. I'm talking about these kind of books. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, one of the first financial books I'd ever read. Donald Trump, The Art of the Deal. The Millionaire Next Door, Think and Grow Rich. My book right here, if you don't have it, is free in the link below. These books are about learning how to think about money differently. They're learning about how to think prosperly, financially. It's about investing. It's about learning how to take a little bit of money and turn it into a lot of money. These books, you should be reading these as a teenager. The second thing that you need to do as a teenager right now, even as young as 13 years old, is get credit cards. I made my own sound effect. Check this out. Credit is what you need to qualify for buying real estate. This is where the bank's like, is this person credit worthy? But dude, you're a kid, you're 18, 15, 13 years old. Who's gonna give you a credit card? Listen carefully. I want you to get not 1 credit card, but I want you to get 3 credit cards, and it's actually easier than you might think. Check this out from Card Rates. They say one of the easiest ways to help your teens start building credit is to make them an authorized user on a credit card in your name. Most major credit card companies, with the exception of Citi, will allow you to add authorized users under the age of 18 years old. Though American Express and Discover require you to be at least 15 years old, that's not true with Barclays. They'll allow someone as young as a 13-year-old to actually get in on the action. You gotta go and say, Mom and Dad, watch this video. Mr. Kris Krohn, my mentor, says that I gotta actually have you add me to all your credit cards. They're gonna think you're a little bit crazy. Tell them they can get you added, lock the credit card away, and start building credit for you. Now remember, you're looking for 3 of these. As an authorized user, your teen will be issued a credit card in their name that is connected to your account, and the credit bureau will actually report it on their account, which means you as the teenager, you can start building your credit now. Most banks want to see that you have at least 2 years of credit history. So if you're 18, 19, or 20 and saying, you know what, I think I'm getting serious about going to the bank and getting a house, you can't, because you haven't been establishing your credit. But if you start this as early as 13 years old, then long before you're actually ready to buy that home, you'll be totally ready. The third thing every teenager needs is to save money. You're gonna do that with practicing money management. And you're gonna do that by following these 4 steps. Step number 1, find a job. I'm not talking about maybe working fast food. I'm saying any kind of job. It could be mowing lawns. It could be a side hustle. It could be teaching guitar to the neighbor. Anything that you can do to make money, I want you thinking, I should have a job and I should be making money. Why? Because my mentor says, step 2, I actually need to save 70% of it. Now that's a really big number. But remember what we said earlier. You got flexibility. You've got youth on your side. Whatever you make, save 70% of it. You can do that by pulling out a calculator and saying, I made $100, times it by 0.7, and it will be $70. So you're gonna save 70% of everything that you make. Number 3, you're gonna spend 20% of it. Uncle Kris is saying,
My money on my mind, got a meal out the deal.
go enjoy life. You're the one that worked your butt off. You made the money. So if there's something that you want, take pride and ownership of saying, I'm going to the store and I'm buying that thing. The 4th one is giving back 10%. You want to practice saving, you want to spend a little, but I also want you to learn how to give. And here's why. I want you to become an abundant thinker. I want you to stop seeing the world as small and as there's not enough money and there's not enough opportunity. That's what the older generations want us to believe. They don't even know it. They're just living it. I want you to understand that there's enough resource for every person on this planet to go make their dreams come true, to manifest the life that they want. So I want you to practice giving some of that money away, because a time will come in your life when your happiness will be determined by your personal fulfillment. Your personal fulfillment will be determined by how you serve, how you give, and by how you also help other people, not just yourself. My first job as a teenager is that I was a paper boy.
Actually, just tell Mrs. Donnelly her paper's on the roof and she can get it whenever she wants.
It meant that after school, I went to the paper shack, I had my bike, I loaded up 70 papers, and I went and delivered the newspaper to people that ordered the paper. And then once a month, I had to go knock on the door and I had to collect the money. And I got to keep the majority of what I collected. And you know what was really cool about that? I was making about $400 to $500 a month. Because I was saving the majority of it, within a few short years, I had saved up thousands of dollars. And you better believe that that made a difference to my future. State Farm throws in and says that there are ways to help teens establish credit, and you need to do that by opening a checking and a savings account. And they say responsibly managing and maintaining these basic accounts will show a financial institution that you can handle money. This one's for your parents. You should consider putting one of your household bills in your teen's name and having him or her pay the bill. Even if you're helping to supplement the payment, having the bill in your teen's name establishes a payment record for them. This 4th one is my favorite. Get creative. Creativity is how you make real estate go down. Don't ever think that it's going to be something so simple as, well, I worked at a job and I saved up some money and then I went and I bought a house. It does work that way sometimes, but you're young. That's for old folks. For you, we're going to get crazy creative. Creativity is how I acquired 25 homes before the age of 26 and became financially free. I want to see if you can do it faster and beat me. In fact, comment below and share your commitment if you actually want to beat me and do it before the age of 26. Do it right now. Okay, getting creative. This comes from Bigger Pockets, 4 tips for teens who have caught the real estate bug. And here's what they say. According to a story on moneyschool.org, Lacey Philippich was just a teenager when she purchased her first property. It was a $103,000 apartment and with a $75,000 loan. Now, by the way, if she bought it for $103,000 and got a loan for $75,000, you subtract the difference, she had to come up with like $30,000. How did a teenager come up with $30,000? She did it by pulling $8,000 from savings. Remember how I said get a job and save 70%? You can do that same thing. And then with the $8,000, she also had $7,000 that she pulled out of an investment account that had been set up from the time she was a baby. And every birthday, every amount of money she'd ever been given had gone into this account. But how did she get the last $15,000? You know what she did? She asked grandma for an advance on her inheritance for the last 15 grand. Hey grandma,
Who are you?
you know how you're gonna die someday and maybe leave me some money? Can I have some money now?
Don't you call here anymore, because the next call, I'm calling the police.
One of my favorite stories of a teenager buying real estate was with these two individuals. This is Steve Earle, wonderful man, a business partner from my past. We have done a lot of real estate together, and his son, Dallin. And by the time Dallin was 18 years old, he wanted to serve a 2-year Christian mission before going to college. And so he saved up all of this money by working extra hard. And then with the help of his dad, bought an amazing investment property. Check it out. By the time he got home from his mission, he sold that property and had enough money to pay for so much college that he was so far ahead of the game. Reality is, you can buy real estate when you're 18 and 19. You can even buy it sooner than that though. Let me teach you about cosigning. Remember how your parents can put you on their credit cards, but it will allow you to establish credit? Did you know you can do the exact same thing with a house? Check this out. This is from Advantage Credit Union. It says, if you're under 18 years old, we welcome you to apply for a Start personal loan. As long as you have a parent or other co-signer, meaning someone who is older, financially creditworthy, on your loan, parents will have access to monitor and help manage their child's load and make payments through an online mobile banking system that comes straight from Advantage Credit Union. Banks recognize these days that parents want to help their kids get in the game of real estate. Now, maybe your parents are in a financial situation where they can help you, but even if they're not, you can co-sign with someone else you know that is not a relative, which means with a little bit of creativity, you can make magic happen.
Your card.
That ain't his card. You ain't no magic man.
And the fifth thing I want you to do to get started as a teenager on your journey into the realm of real estate is to follow me on that journey. Make sure you're a subscriber. Find me on TikTok, find me on Instagram, find me on all social media platforms. I'm here to provide you as much free guidance as I possibly can, including my books. All of my books are available for free. In fact, if you click on the link below, you just have to pay the shipping and handling, and then I'm gonna send the book to you. And the reason why I'm giving you my book for free is because knowledge is power as a teenager if you take action. And today I've given you a lot of action steps, but the book has several more. So if you're committed and serious about getting in the game of real estate, all the information you need for your next steps are there in that book. Click below, grab that book. By the way, it's going to ask for a credit card to cover the cost of the shipping for me to put it in the mail for you. So you can use mom and dad's credit card, but now would be a good time to say, mom and dad, watch this video. Can you add me to that whole credit card thing so I can start building credit? And who knows, maybe getting my book is the first step in establishing your credit. I recently made a video of how I bought 25 homes in my early 20s. And if you want to know how to do that as a teenager, I want you to watch this video. Join me in a limousine as I ride around and check out a whole bunch of my homes. And do me a favor, smash that like button, share this with some of your friends, and I will see you on the next video.